Money lol.
Oh, hello, guys. Hey, hey. As you can see, things are a little different. Hello, Metal. Hello, Cat. Hello, Candy. How's the audio? How's it sound? You don't get to see me yet. I'm just gonna, play it up a little bit. The mystery of how I might look. As you can see, a lot of things are very different. You can see chat here is like new custom bubbles. I think it looks so cool. You smell weird, Crispy. I hope the background music's not too loud. And I hope I'm not too quiet. I don't know what you saw. Can't believe we got Shroomy 2 before GTA 6. For real. I'm gonna eke my head out, but you're not gonna see a lot of me. A blue background. Yeah, it was between this and a pink one. You're gonna see my tail was gonna poke through a little bit right here. I'm intentionally trying to obscure my face, but you can see the tail. Yeah, I'm gonna look in a little bit. Everyone's collectively grabbing it, yeah. Hey guys, how you doing? Hi. I don't want people to grab my tail. Yeah, here I am, guys. What do you think? It's very it's supposed to be very web fishing and Animal Crossing inspired because I don't think I've ever I know I've definitely played a lot of web fishing on stream, but I've never I am not Ellen Joe from Zaneless Zone Zero. Damn it! Why can't I say that? Zaneless Zone Zero. There we go. Anyways, it's very web fishing and Animal Crossing inspired because I've never really talked about Animal Crossing, but Animal Crossing was a very I wouldn't say impactful game, but it was very influential in how I like games. It was like 2020, 2021 when I first got New Horizons, which was my first one. Technically, the only other one I played was Pocket Camp for the phone, um, but who cares? Um, I loved it so much. It was like got me to like log in every day, and I haven't logged in for a while, but like back before like even coming out, it was like I was really expressing myself in Animal Crossing. I would like put my character in like skirts and dresses, but still be like a dude, have like long hair and stuff, because like that's something that only cis males like me do. Not like people who are questioning themselves. As one does. As one does. Um, I've been nervous for this, honestly. I've honestly been very nervous for this. I don't know why, but I'm here. What do you guys think? This is part of the reason why I switched over to VNyan. This is part of it, is so I could get like a lot of stuff with this avatar to work, but also other stuff you might see in the redeems too, that you can throw stuff at me. And I will be 1,000% with you guys. I am unhappy with this. Not like the avatar. I love the avatar. I mean the like redeems, because I wanted to have them set up on by send a bunch of files. I don't have to send a bunch of files. I just have to send that. So I just have to send one thing, and it has all the things I need to know for art. And I'm like, okay, draw a little chibi of me. And that little chibi, like, they chose of all like my regular purple ones, they chose to draw this one, and I'm like, I actually like that design so much more. I I hate to say that, like the original design I came up with myself. Then part of like this design, my friend Tiny Moondrop came up with. Not like part of it. I mean like this whole like red and purple look, she came up with. You could probably grab me in both hands. I was gonna make a joke about now that I'm like chibi shaped, you guys can't make like sex jokes about me. Then I realized Anka exists, and Raymond, and Isabel, and dare I say Tom Nook. So even the Animal Crossing characters are not safe from that kind of stuff. Despite the fact they look like that one episode of Mr. Krabs where he's just smooth. Yeah, I know by saying it out loud I'm inviting it, but like, guys, my head is the size of my body. I am built like Nekoark, guys. Without like big beady eyes, I am built like Nekoark, who has more Rule 34 than the character. Nekoark is basically like a chibi version. Damn it. This is why I hate the internet, guys. This is why I hate the internet. Well, anyways, look at this. Cool transition. That's cool. This is the Sleepy Shroomy 2.0 debut presentation. I must admit, guys, that I am not happy with this presentation. I said it earlier. When I was making it on Wednesday, the other day, Wednesday, I was like, okay, this is pretty much my last day. This is the last thing I need to do. This will take me like 2 hours tops, not even. And I'm like, I could put 4 hours into it, get a bunch of extra stuff in. Well, Wednesday, my Wi-Fi just decided, nope, and it would be on and slow for like 5 minutes, then off completely, and it was like that for like 4 or 5 hours. So like I'm on my phone, and it was definitely something not with just my Wi-Fi, just the ISO, because my phone, my phone data is obviously from the same like ISO internet service provider for my Wi-Fi, and my phone's data is like having the same issue where it can't load anything. So I couldn't do it on my phone. Like when the Wi-Fi was like not working, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna do it on my phone, and I'm gonna add all this extra stuff. Oh my god, ISP, Jesus. I also know camera stuff. I do have some knowledge of like camera stuff. ISO is something related to cameras. ISP is internet service provider. ISO is basically not exposure, but it does determine how much light gets into your lens when you take a photo. But anyways, this is like a shortened version of what I wanted. I wanted there to be more like transitions between slides, more things popping in and out. I have like maybe one slide transition and one thing popping in, and that's it. And I know this all looks so pretty and cool on the screen right now, and each slide's gonna look beautiful and unique. I used a template because animating all of this and getting all of these would have taken too long, and I wouldn't have. If I did it from scratch, I wouldn't have been able to do anything because of the Wi-Fi issues. But anyways, okay. Next slide. Who is the mushroom? I'm called Sleepy Shroomy, or Sleepy, or Shroomy, or most of my friends just call me Batty, and you know what? That's fine. I'm a mushroom shark who I'm affiliated with Waifuware EU. They do merch and stuff for like content creators, like waifu cups, keyboard, like keycaps, stuff like that. Use my link. I think this is gonna be the only time I mention them. Not because I don't want to, but because I don't want to like cramming that down your guys' throat. But if you do choose to buy, if you guys are like collectors of waifu cups, use my link or use my code SleepyShroomy. Not gonna bring it up for the rest of the stream. I promise. I promise, guys. Don't click off. And I stream mostly casual games. You know, Inscription, Balatro. TF2 is more on the like casual side of shooters, you know. It's not like competitive like CS:GO, Valorant, or Overwatch, which admittedly I do stream Overwatch. And it's definitely not competitive like Marvel Rivals. Like I try to keep it casual, you know. I'm not trying to like I don't know who that is because I've never played Valorant. That's a reference I don't get. Next slide. I guess they all have built-in transitions. Never mind. What do I like? yeah, guys. Secretly, I'm diamond rank in Valorant. Yeah, that's my big secret. That's gonna be revealed at the end of the presentation. But what do I like? Mushrooms and sharks. Ooh, would have guessed. I like card games, plushies, animes, and mangas. Cryptids, you guys know I love those. Pokemon and Vocaloid and Hell of a Boss. I missed Sanrio. Okay, I will get into specifics later. I want you to cry about it, Metal. Cry about it. But I just realized I read Diamond as Diamond, like Paimon. I'm a little stupid, okay? Hi, Bonable. Welcome. I'll get into like specifics and stuff like that later on. I wanted to add more, but I needed to kind of rush. Like I know, before I started streaming today, I went through this. I had to add like 2 slides. People dislikes, people who judge others, homophobes, jump scare horror, and mascot horror. And that's not because I'm like scared of it, it's because I think it's boring. Because as you will see with some of my favorite games, I do like horror media, you know. I didn't list it here, I didn't list it anywhere, but I'm a big fan of Junji Ito. If you don't know him, he's a manga artist who does primarily horror manga, but he is like renowned, like how we in the West think of Stephen King as like this like modern, amazing, like modern best author, or like one of the best authors in horror. He's kind of the same thing, but in manga. I need to move myself over here a bit. But I didn't mention that. But like I love the okay. The thing about Junji Ito is he kind of has jump scares in his manga, because the way he does it is he will intentionally pad out something for only like a few extra only a few extra panels, but only so when you turn the page, that's when you get like the reveal of something that's supposed to be creepy or horrifying, basically giving you a pseudo, not jump scare, but not like as you're looking down on one panel, you see in the corner of your eye other panels that are supposed to like creep you out or scare you. The way he does it is he'll save that stuff for its own panel on its own page. A lot of times it'll be like a 2-page spread. Like I don't know if you guys have read any of his stuff. I've read a good amount of his stuff. I still need to watch the, as I hear, horrible Uzumaki anime, and Uzumaki, his book, You guys need to read it. I will be honest, I don't reread manga often because I don't get much time to reread manga. But his book on Soichi, which is one of his characters, he doesn't like make connecting stories often, but sometimes when he makes stories, he will have characters be reoccurring. So he does have a few books that are not like the story of a certain character, but his stories in chronological order that relate to this certain character. Soichi is this character. I hope I'm saying his name right. He's just this weird kid, youngest son of I think 5, and he has this weird obsession with nails. He always has nails in his mouth. He likes curses and stuff, and he'll curse people by the typical nailing. I put my hands up to make a gesture of like nailing a doll into a tree, which is like a sign of giving somebody a curse. I just made a motion of that with my hands, like you guys can see it. As you can see, your mushroom's a little stupid, but only a little bit. That is one of the few books I have reread multiple times. One of it was just because of out of boredom, because like I got that one when I was still in high school, so sometimes I would be like done with something or done with a test and like all I can do is read, so I've read it like twice. It's good, very good. But next slide. Let's go to my favorite stuff. And there's a lot in here I left out because space. The first one is some of my favorite anime and manga. There's a couple left out. Spy X Family. Obviously, you guys know that I'm a really, really big Spy X Family fan. You know, I have so much merch of it. I have blankets of it. I have plushies of it. I have hats of it. I have hoodies of it. It's just, it resonates with me, not in a relatable way, in a aspirational way. I don't want like kids or anything, but like coming from a divorced family for as long as I can remember, being able to just read and experience this nice, happy family makes me happy. And that's like a lot of why I am just a big fan of it. It's because it's really just something that warms me. Seeing Anya be this like broken, lonely person, having met this beautiful family is very heartwarming to me. I haven't watched JoJo's Yet Metal. Cry about it. I'm currently watching JJK. Fire Force. Fire Force is just like a really fun. It's really fun. It's pretty funny, and the action is really good. You will only good part is part 5. I don't care. Fire Force. It is the first manga I read to completion because Spy X Family obviously I'm reading, but it's still ongoing. Fire Force is the first manga that I read that has an end, that I own all 1 to 36. I own it all. I've read it all. It's amazing. It has amazing characters, amazing story. It's not like a top tier. It's like anime or manga. It's like a B tier, but it's like I really enjoyed it. You know, not everybody has to have a S tier anime or manga be their favorite. Which point with my ear. Free Written there, you know, is one of my favorite anime. As you probably know, I've talked about it before. I have cosplayed Free Written before, and it's just it's honestly the most recent anime to make me cry. Literally, episode 1. Slight spoilers for it. Episode 1 when Himmel dies. Oh boy, that made me sad. And it's like, people joke about the fact that like Free Written's best fan service is just Himmel flashbacks. because everybody wants to see Himmel. Everybody was a fan of it. Just wants to see Himmel and Frieren interact and be friends and like talk to each other and be together. I think it is so adorable. And Twilight Bound Hanako-kun. That was one of the first anime I got into. I watched it. I remember I was in ninth grade. I got into the anime club at my school, and like what we would do there is just watch the first episode or like watch some anime. And Hanako-kun episode 1 was the first thing we watched, so it really was just like definitely wasn't my introduction to anime, because if I'm joining the anime club, I've already watched anime. I used to watch a lot of Naruto because I like collecting anime on DVD. Like, I have a drawer. You could probably hear some of the trash on my floor with like I have like obviously I have Spy X Family season 1 on DVD. I need to get season 2. I have the movie. I have Frieren on DVD. I have Hanako-kun on DVD. I have Zombieland Saga. It used to be one of my favorite, and I don't like it less. As I've watched more, I have found some that I like more. Zombieland Saga is a parody on idol anime, on how it's like takes so many tropes from idol anime, like, and flips it on its head. Like episode 1, the main character was invited to join an idol group. Isn't that amazing? And she walks outside and immediately hit by a truck. If you guys know that iconic clip of an anime girl with red hair, blue eyes, in a like schoolgirl uniform, kind of like mine, it's a dark uniform, walking out of her like driveway, immediately getting hit by a truck, it's that anime. That meme is what got me to watch it, and that really influenced me. Not like in a meaningful way, in a, hey, I like Hatsune Miku now, and Kasane Tato. I like Tato better, by the way. You couldn't tell by me being red. I like Tato much better. I like the drill head. Also, that's kind of also why, like, if I want to really trace back, that's kind of why I got into VTubers. It's a very long story, but back when I was really into Zombieland Saga, I think it was like on a Discord server or something. I met a small VTuber who was also into it, and she was a VTuber who was like a little zombie model, like a zombie idol. She was also into it, and I'm like, that is cool. And I started watching her. And I don't know if she still streams. I haven't seen her live in a while, although I don't have much time to look at like Twitch anymore. But that is really, like, that was the first VTuber I watched. I really wish I could remember her name so I could say it, but I don't, sadly. But if you're out there and you're somehow here, hi, you. I really would not be here if it weren't for you. Not in a, like, you saved me, you helped me way, more of like, oh, this is a thing. I like that thing. Next in the line are, like, my favorite Sanrio characters. Pom Pom Perrin is my favorite one, as many of you know. I love the silly yellow dog. I got a little Pom Pom Perrin right here in my hand that you guys can't see, because small streamer brained me picked it up and tried to show it to you as if you could see it, but of course you can't. Kuromi and My Melody are like my second and third favorites. I really love I think those two are so adorable looking together. I have like a couple Kuromi things, I have a couple My Melody things. I just think they're really adorable. I do like all of them, you know. I like Hello Kitty too. I like Cinema Roll. I like them all. Next are the cryptids I like. Mothman. All of you guys probably know I love Mothman a lot, you know. I have a Mothman onesie. I talk about Mothman a lot. I got Mothman plushies. I think he's just like cute and interesting. I think one of my favorite things about Mothman is how in his lore, he's not just a creature of the forest. Like, I like Bigfoot. Everyone likes Bigfoot. But, like, Bigfoot is just big gorilla in the forest. Don't come in my forest or I'll hurt you. You know, it's just that kind of thing. Mothman is like this mysterious figure that looms over disaster and destruction. We don't know if he's there causing it, or we don't know if he's there trying to warn us. All we know is that he's always watching, and that he may return, but when he does, some great disaster will follow. And I think that's like really cool and interesting. And the Squonk. I don't know if I've talked about the Squonk much. I do know, back when I was unemployed, more of like when I was employed at a job that barely gave me any hours, like back when I was pretty much unemployed, I wrote about cryptids each week in my server, and that got me to not only like research more into the ones I like, but also research into ones I didn't know. Like, I did research into cryptids of like each state, the Squonk being of my state, and I think it's silly because of all things, it's like the Squonk is this ugly, pig-shaped creature that is so aware of its ugliness that it sobs uncontrollably at all times. If you were to ever see it, it would melt into a pile of tears to get away. I am not joking. That's like actually its lore. And I think that's like really funny and really sad. That it's basically just like a pig mixed with a pug, mixed with all these other things. It's just so silly. My favorite games, as you guys know, Inscryption and Little Nightmares. Little Nightmares 2 specifically, I like that better than 1. I'm really excited for Little Nightmares 3. Apparently, there's supposed to be news on Little Nightmares 3 coming out soon. But both games are a part of like the horror genre. I know, like Inscryption is more of like a creepy atmosphere. It's called like I think the Steam page says it's like an inky black odyssey card roguelite with horrifying escape room mechanics. And Little Nightmares 2 obviously is more of just a creepy aesthetic, not in a FNAF jump scare horror kind of way, in a way where it's like the things around you aren't quite right. They're twisted. They're how a scared child would imagine reality to be. That's like one of the things I like about it, because it's obviously not reality. A game like Team Fortress 2, it's one of my favorite games. It is technically, in like very loose air quotes, based on reality, because just about every weapon is like based on one that could really exist. Not all of them are based on real weapons, but like I feel like the Squonk is you may when you grab. Crispy, were you not listening? I already explained the Squonk. But Team Fortress 2's weapons are like mostly based on like real weapons or weapons that could really exist. They're like they're not like a game like Risk of Rain, where like the characters have like fantastic. You shouldn't use Risk of Rain. Like Fortnite, where like the weapons look like they could kind of be real, like some of like the more regular ones, but then like a lot of them are very silly. Aside from like the Dr. Gourdboard weapons, which are honestly my favorite. Like, I don't know if you guys know this. Whenever I play TF2 now, I almost always just use the Moon Man pack, which is the Phlogistinator, Third Degree, and the Man Melter. I just think it's silly. I just think Space Pyro is silly, and I like the loadout, especially with the Third Degree. I have a very special relationship with the Third Degree, because back about a year ago, when I was basically unemployed, I would stream at about 3 a.m. And I'm not joking, I would stream at 3 a.m. and I would just like do medieval mode and try to get as many kills in my Third Degree. And I'm like, I want to get my Third Degree to Hail Zone. It's at like 800 kills now. To get to Hail Zone, which is the highest rank, we need about 8,500 kills, so not very realistic, but silly weapons, silly times. And I still use that one whenever I play TF2. The last ones are just like extra stuff I couldn't really fit anywhere. Kasane Tato, I mentioned I like Vocaloid in the last one, and I know technically Tato is not a Vocaloid singer, but she's adjacent, and she's my favorite. I like her more than the blue hair. Aggron is my favorite Pokemon. Um, Big Metal Monster. I have a story to it actually. When I was real young, back when Pokemon X and Y and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire were new games, I had in Pokemon X and Y, about like a third of the way into the game, you're offered one of the Kanto starters, and it's because all the Kanto starters have a Mega Evolution, and I chose Bulbasaur because Bulbasaur is my favorite of them. And at one point, I evolved it to a Venusaur, and my cousin offered to trade. It was a Lairon, which is like the middle stage of Aggron's evolution line, with his Mega Evolution Stone for my Venusaur. So that was like my first time ever using it, and I kind of just fell in love with it, very nostalgic. That was the Pokemon that I brought to the Elite Four with me. Yeah, Bulbasaur is obviously better than Charmander. I think all three of the original starter Pokemon are perfect. I think they're perfectly designed. I think they all look perfect. And Charmander does not deserve like as much hate as he gets. He doesn't get much hate. I think, and Charizard doesn't even deserve it either. I think Charizard is a fine, alright Pokemon. I truly like his design. I just think that he's too popular. That Game Freak uses him too much because he's always getting his own like special forms. He got 2 Mega Evolutions when he didn't need it. I also don't like. Okay, I kind of don't like how Mewtwo got 2 Mega Evolutions, but it both makes sense and it doesn't make sense. It makes sense in the fact that he was a Pokemon specifically designed to be like the perfect Pokemon, the best for battling and stuff. So him having 2 forms, that in like the anime movie of Pokemon that he was in with the Mega Evolutions, he didn't even need the stones, he just swapped between the 2. It kind of makes sense that like one is like special attacker, the other's physical attacker. So it kind of makes sense that a Pokemon specifically designed to like be the best Pokemon in battle would be able to change forms to suit what he needed to defeat the other Pokemon. Because let's say the other Pokemon's really physically defensive, but not especially defensive. He would become the special defense, special attacker form. You get it, guys. But doesn't make sense because he's a man-made Pokemon. He should not have a stone that is compatible with him because he's man-made. It's stupid. But I also picked Pokemon Y, so I got the quote-unquote lesser Mega Evolutions because it wasn't a fighting type Mega Mewtwo, and it wasn't the Dragon type Mega Charizard. Despite the fact I do actually like Mega Mewtwo X better, but I think Mega Mewtwo Y is kind of more fitting. I think both could be more fitting. And I like man-made Pokemon beyond my comprehension. Yeah. But I also think that Mega Charizard Y is the better Mega Evolution because it feels more like a Mega Evolution. Mega Evolution just really feels like it over-exaggerates the Pokemon, Blastoise gets a bigger, like, cannon on his back. Bulbasaur's flower gets bigger and he gets a flower on his head. Charizard's wings get bigger and he gets a bigger spike on his head. Mega Evolution just really feels like it's over-exaggerating the Pokemon, which really makes sense because it's just, like, pushing them to their limits. And I think that's great. I think that's just fine. Ailstorm is a Scottish folk rock band, and it's my favorite band. They do pirate metal, which means like their songs are like metal and like rock, but it's all piratey stuff. My favorite songs of theirs are "Fucked with an Anchor." I think "Drink" is up there definitely. I gotta think of what else. Yeah, I could probably name most of their songs. I just couldn't name. I like Fanny Balls too. It's just a fun song. And then Pyro is my favorite class in TF2. Now, as you can see, I had to leave a lot out because there wasn't much room. I wanted to talk about Animal Crossing in this a little bit. Like I said before, Animal Crossing New Horizons was my favorite. I guess it is my favorite. It's my first Animal Crossing game. I would put that in a top 5. It'd be my 5th favorite game because it really got me invested in a game more than like other games. Because at the time, I had like played Mario Odyssey. Mario Odyssey is a top 10 game for me. I love it. Mario Odyssey, I know it's like a simple Nintendo game, but like it really opened up my mind to like, hey, video games can like have a good story and be impactful. Because at that time, I did play. I'd already played Pokemon Black and White and X and Y, but I never really read the dialogue. I just kind of mashed A through it because I was a youngin. I remember when Mario Odyssey came out, I was like 11, and I don't technically still have it, but I still have one. Okay, wait, where is it? It was just on my desk. Where did it go? Here it is. I remember it was after I played Mario Odyssey. I think it was the following year. We were my family were at the beach, and on the boardwalk, they had a hat of Cappy. And I'm like, Mom, I really want that hat. It's from Mario. It's from the game I like. And it's just a regular red cap with eyes on it. It was just Cappy. It's just a regular red hat with eyes on it. And I loved that hat. I would wear it all the time. When I went to bed, I'd have it on. It was like my favorite thing. And I mentioned earlier my parents had been split for as long as I can remember. So when I would be at my dad's house, my dad really wanted me to grow up like him and really grow up. And then my stepmom, I'm not gonna talk about her much, but she wanted me to be more mature than what I was. And keep in mind, I was like 11 at the time. Like, I'm thinking about like my exact age. I was like 11 or 12 because this is after Mario Odyssey came out, which was in 2017. So, and in 2017, I was like 11. 2018, I was 12. So, like, I was like 11 or 12. So, of course, I was like very childish. And they hated I don't know if my dad did. I know my stepmom hated the fact I had that hat and I wore it all the time because she said it made me look childish and made me look kind of stupid. And I remember one day I was a Boy Scout back then. I went to my scout meeting and I didn't take the hat with me. I left it in my dad's car. And after the meeting, when he picked me up, it wasn't there. And I never saw it again. I don't know if he moved it. I don't know if she moved it. I don't know what happened to it. I just know it was gone after that. And I was so incredibly sad because that hat meant the world to me. I know it was just a hat with eyes on it, but it meant so much to me because I really, really loved Mario Odyssey. It was like the first game to really make me feel emotions outside of just like, oh wow, I love this game, it's so fun. It was like the ending of Mario Odyssey, where after you like defeat Bowser and then you're on the darker side of the moon and you're climbing up the pole of the like wedding building, which is just like the main building of the New Donk City, and like you're climbing up the really long pole and Cappy's talking to you like, yeah, Mario, Yeah, Mario. This has been such a fun time with you. The adventure we went on together, all the enemies we captured, all the power moons we got together, and how we like saved the princess and my sister. I'm really gonna, I'm really gonna remember this. That was like the first time a video game made me feel like sad, not like a bad way, but like feeling human emotions, feeling like, wow, this was an amazing story. But I didn't think much about it being like a story and having an end, or like really just having a story at all. But like it really opened me up to like liking video game characters more than just like an object on the screen. And that's why I like the hat so much. And after the whole thing with losing the hat, my mom, who I love my mom, she's amazing. She and my brother got me a new one, and I'm holding that new one right here in my hands. I wish you guys could see it, but like I will keep this one forever. Cappy will always be my favorite Mario character, more than like any other character, more than like Polterpup, because Polterpup's like my second favorite. I grew up on Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. I loved that game, so I think Polterpup's just adorable. More than any other character, I think Cappy might just be one of like my top favorite video game characters of all time, just because it's like I know like Mario was the character I'm playing as. Mario was the character who like started the adventure, but like it felt like Cappy was the one bringing out the emotions. Let's talk about Animal Crossing now. Animal Crossing. I loved that game. My first villagers in New Horizons were Rocket and Dom. Dom was like the pink ram who had like always like tie-dye t-shirts on, and Rocket was the female gorilla who I think was one of the hero characters because she always wore like a helmet and like a numbered shirt on, which is pretty cool. Those were like my first two like villagers when I started the game. And then yeah, the mushroom has returned. The mushroom's been here for a bit. And then my favorite Animal Crossing villager was my first one I encountered when going on like a Nook expedition where you could like recruit them. It was Flurry, who was this white hamster who would always call you Powder Puff, and I thought that was like really adorable. And Flurry is my favorite Animal Crossing character. I think she's adorable. I think is great. Like whenever I'd like go talk to her, I'd give her gifts, and like okay, keep in mind this is like during COVID, like 2020, 2021, and this is also like really impactful because in 2020 is when I went to high school. So like at that time it was like before I didn't have many like connections to many friends outside of like school. I was just never like that. I had a couple friends outside of school who sadly moved away, you pieces of shit, because who am I going to talk to and hang out with now? I'm in high school and you aren't here and blah blah blah. But anyways, it's like I needed somebody to talk to, and I talked to the Animal Crossing villagers, and that's also like that, and like the Mario Odyssey thing really made me like feel for fictional characters more than just like looking at them and seeing they're just pixels on the screen. I know they're like fictional, they have they're all lines of code, but they have feelings, you know, they're part of their own little world. Oh yeah, I got in the Doki Doki Literature Club when I was like in like 2021. That also helped with the liking fictional characters. Definitely don't have a bunch of like Doki Doki plushies, stickers and stuff. No, that wouldn't be me. Wouldn't be me at all. Now, if you know me, you would know there's I'd say two. I'm gonna just say Overlord would be on that like favorite anime list. But if you know me, you know there's a certain anime that is missing from that list. It's not on the next slide. We're going to the next slide. I'm not going to say the anime, but you guys know the anime. What's the next slide? About the stream. Okay. About the stream. I'm gonna be honest, I forgot the order of the slides. I try to be live Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I didn't put a time on there because times are never consistent. I work full time. My shifts are 6 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. every day. If I work Saturdays, it's 7 to 3:30, which happens to be Saturday happens to be a Saturday. Tomorrow happens to be a Saturday I work, sadly, so that's sad. But there's like some Mondays I'm off and I want to stream then, but I never just find the time to. I really want to, but I want to stream a lot more than I do. A lot of it is like exhaustion. Like today at work. So part of why I'm doing my debut today and not like pushing it back until next week when I can be better prepared with my about me and stuff is because, have you noticed I'm like very loud today, is because nobody's home right now. Both my parents are on vacation and then my brother is like out with his friends, so I can be like loud and stuff. Part of the reason why I don't stream at certain times or to stream at all is because they're home and the walls in my house are thin. So a lot of times they can hear me talk. They can't like hear exactly what I'm saying, but they can hear I'm talking. And I think it's a little weird to their perspective. They hear me talking not to like somebody specific. They hear me like talking generally to people. And I've tried to explain like VTuber stuff to my mom. I am right now wearing the Gargura Dodgers collab t-shirt. I wore it to work today. I'm still in my work shirt. I have tried to explain it to my mom. She doesn't really get it. My parents do understand like Twitch streamers and YouTubers, because growing up I watched people like DanTDM and Stampy Longnose. I actually remember, this is really funny, my stepdad used to always make fun of me for watching like Stampy, not like in a mean way, in a joking way, like, wow, I can't believe you'd be watching someone like that. So to humble him, I'm like, well, why don't you just look up how much money he makes? And Stampy makes a lot of money. So that kind of humbled my stepdad, because like he would joke, oh, these types of people live in their mom's basements and like don't make any money. And then he realized, oh wait, these people actually do. And obviously it gets into I want to do this for money. I want this to be my job. I mentioned earlier waifuware. I said I was going to mention again, like that is like really the first step to like having a creator code somewhere, even though if it's like a niche store, and I guess it's niche to me because I would go to somewhere else because I am US, not EU, but they were like open for applicants at the time, so I took it. But like somewhere that I wouldn't think, yeah, they're still great, you know. I don't want to lose my code or anything, but like go use my code anyways. Go use my code. I want to do this full time anyways. Inscription and TF2. That's mostly what I've been playing recently. Part of it is because I've been having like laptop issues. I've been having like streams have been like slower, so I would play like Inscription or just like Balatro or something because they don't take too much of a toll on my computer. I do have other games and like a lot of stuff I have lined up. I have a fun collab lined up with Cheesy Wiz. I have an idea of a 3-way collab of Cheesy and Low Tier Fox, also known as Ziki. Both are like great friends of mine. I think I talk about them a little bit more later on. But I have like stuff I want. Oh, Moon, obviously. I have a You Laugh. I'm just gonna say now. The You Laugh, You Lose. I talked about the other day. Her and I want to do it together. I don't know when we're gonna do it because like normally Moon would stream on a Friday, which is today, but she's not. So like we have to figure out a good time for it. More games in the future, yes. I have a few games I want to stream. I have Date Everything. I downloaded that. I want to stream that. I have a few other like roguelites that I do type of games I love, Inscription, Balatro. I love roguelites. I have a couple I want to stream. I have a capture card, so I could stream games on my Nintendo Switch 1, not a Nintendo Switch 2. I don't know why I did that. Well, Nintendo Switch 2 is too expensive. I find funny. Everybody was saying Nintendo Switch 2 is too expensive. We're going to boycott Nintendo. We're not going to buy it. We're not going to stand for their bullshit. And then everybody bought the Nintendo Switch 2. So, like, people are so weak-minded. Basil, you're so mean. And Basil got a Nintendo Switch 2, and I didn't. I got myself an Oculus Quest 3. And you know what? I'm happy with it because there's a lot of games on there. You know what? I'm going to mention that too. Before, I always wanted... I would, like, watch YouTubers. Like, I watched Jacksepticeye. I watched Captain Sauce. I love their, like, VR games. I love watching them play games like Job Simulator and Gorn and Waltz of the Wizard and Budget Cuts. Those were so fun to watch. I always wanted to, like, VR content. I watch Fillion, by the way. If you couldn't tell, I'm a Fillion viewer. I'm a snacker. But, I have streamed Gorn 2 a few times. Seeing Gorn 2 was, like, so fun. Because my birthday is April 18th. Gorn 2 came out April 17th. And I had gotten my Quest 3 for my birthday. It was a birthday gift from my parents. And, like, I'm getting up, like, what new games are there? Gorn 2? That is so cool. I played Gorn 1 and I loved it. When did it come out? Yesterday! Oh my god, I was so happy. There was, like, a whole story and stuff to it. I beat it within the day. Like, I just kept playing it. And now I have, like, a whole lot of games on my Switch, on my Quest that I play, and I want to play with others. There is one called Dungeons of Eternity. It's just Dungeons and Dragons, but in VR. Like, you have a character, and you go into dungeons, you kill, like, skeletons, demons, there's beholders, there's zombies, there's, like, giant goblins, or, like, I guess they're ogres. There's, like, a tentacle monster. There's a lot of cool stuff in it you can fight. And you'll loot chests, you find, like, potions while you're there, you find keys. You loot chests, and then you get better gear, and you keep leveling up, and you keep doing dungeons. It's not built like a roguelite, because you're not supposed to die, you're supposed to win. But it is more like a D&D adventure where you're doing dungeons, you're unlocking items, you're leveling up. And it's a VR game. And it's also exclusive to, right now, I believe, it's only on the Quest, like the Meta Quest store. I know there's a listing for it on Steam, but it's still yet to be released on Steam, but you can play it if you have a Quest. And I'm like asking my friends, do you have this game? Can we play it? And all my friends with VRs are like, I don't have this game, and I don't want to play this game with you. But I play that a lot. I'm thinking about making a you can have 3 characters, and I'm thinking about making another character, just using my regular one and playing it on stream. Although I don't know how well that will go, because it's a 4-player game with, like, online random stranger co-op, which is one slur away from me diving over my table and ending stream. Is that good? You know what? I will say the people I've met in there have been pretty chill, so I think it'd be fine. There's a bunch of other VR games I do kind of want to stream. I just don't have a very big space. Like Job Simulator, I played to completion, and I know it's a game where you job, like when you're not working, you're jobbing, but like it's kind of fun. I just don't have like enough space to do it because my room is kind of small. And about a year ago, I got a new bed and it's like twice the size of my old one. Like my old one was like a twin, which is like not very big. Now I think mine's a queen, which is big. It fits me and all my plushies. It's much bigger than my old one, which means I have less room to like stretch out and play VR games. I have punched my wall a few times. It's a very not funny story. Back before I had like where my desk is with all my stuff now, I had a like chest. It was like a trunk for like storing stuff and like going on a camping trip if you're camping in a cabin to put stuff in there. I used that as a table. So I was basically like less than a foot off the ground in like an old like floor type Xbox chair. And that's where I played games. And like that went up until like the beginning of this year. So like all of my streams last year, that's where I was sitting. And yeah. Be evil. And then she hits somebody over the head with a pipe. But I think the AI twins are like really cute, really funny. If I had to only watch one VTuber ever, it would be Vettel. Because technically I'm getting Vettel, I'm getting Neuro, if I could only watch like one streamer, it would be Vettel's channel. Because then I'm getting Vettel, I'm getting Evil, I'm getting Neuro, I get whoever they collaborate with. That's kind of cheating, but like um, I really like them both. I have like a Neurosama blanket. I have a Neurosama plush. If he ever released a 2.0 for Evil, I would definitely order an Evil plush. I would actually order 10 of them. I really like plushies, guys. I don't know what to say. I have a You guys know that meme of like the person sitting in the giant shark, like the giant shark like Plushy's mouth. I have that. It was $150 for just like the. Ow! Don't. Hey, Dr. Cruiser, thank you, welcome, welcome. You threw confetti at me. That's one. I didn't even set that up. It just does that. But it was like $150 for like the actual like just the sleeve came in. I had to buy like $50 of stuffing separately. It was one of the stupidest purchases I've ever made. I really think I shouldn't have bought it, but I have a giant shark that is like the size of me, if not bigger, with me. Then other streamers I like to watch, Megalodon. I want you guys to know, before I started streaming, I did not know who Megalodon was. Back a little bit more than a year ago, back when I was like trying to figure out what I wanted to like be as a streamer, go from like more of a viewer to a streamer. I'm like, I really like sharks, you know. I was Sharky back then. I'm like, I want to be a shark VTuber. I'm like, okay, is there any shark VTubers out there? Oh, ads starting. I snoozed them, but you guys getting ads. I'm sorry. I'll keep talking about it. So, you know what? Ollie, Dr. Cruiser, how are you doing? How are my lovely subscribers doing? I hope you're good. You guys don't stink as much as the non-subs, by the way. The non-subs are like very stingy. You don't want to be around them. I'm kidding. There's a chance you guys got like a banner ad and you can still hear me and stuff and nobody's saying anything. But if you did, if you guys can still like hear me and tell me, because I don't want to keep going. And I did like snooze ads as much as I can, but it can't be helped. I'm an affiliate, which means they have to show up. Oh my god, you can hear me, you stinky what is wrong with you? Basil, you just like being degraded, don't you, Basil? I can't believe you, Basil. You know, Basil, you are a great friend to me. I want to point out the fact that Basil Plant Boy there is a streamer. He's really cool. Yeah, but keep it a secret. Yeah, sure. He's a cool guy. He's a streamer. I play TF2 with him sometimes. If you ever want like play TF2 and get into MVM, go to that guy. He is mega based. He just does not like bananas. I'm not gonna give context. He just does not like bananas. It's a joke only he and I get. But I love Basil. He's awesome. I love all my friends. I love just saying I love my friends because I have a lot of love in my heart to give. And that's not a I love you. You're awesome. It's more of a I love you, buddy. You're my friend forever. You're awesome. I love to like have my friends and be around them. I don't like one more than the other. I have friends I've known for longer, so obviously I have like better opinion and stuff of them, but I don't think less of my friends. Although I do have some friends I think of closer than others, you know. And I wish I had more time to spend with my friends too, but a lot of times I'm just busy. Like after stream today, I am going to not be like on my computer at all. I might be on my Steam Deck, but I'm not going to be like on my computer. Anyways, Twitch says ads are done. So Megalodon VT. Funny thing, about a year and a half ago, when I wanted to be like started to get into streaming, I'm like, okay, I like sharks. I'm gonna be a shark VTuber. Now I know of Gura. I obviously knew of Gura. I have a Gura plushie. I obviously have like a Gura shirt on. Like, they're like, there aren't that many shark VTubers, right?
I find Megalodon and my heart sinks because like ah, that's Megalodon's design is exactly how I pictured my own design to be. I do have to, because nobody's home, I have to order myself food if I want to eat. I guess I could heat something up, but like I don't want to do that. What should I order later? Later on in the stream, I'm gonna order myself food, like 20 minutes before I go offline, so I can like what I'm gonna do is yeah, hi followers, welcome back. So I thought about it. Maybe like 20 minutes before I plan on ending stream, I'm gonna like order something on like DoorDash to have food come so after stream I can like eat and feed myself. But I don't know what. I'll figure it out. But I could talk to you guys about it. But what I was talking about before was streamers I like. Fillion. I like VR content, and I'm not saying I don't like her VR content. She's just like a VTuber in a VR suit who does flips and stuff instead of being in front of a camera. And that's not bad or anything. I don't think it's bad. I think she's hilarious. But like when I say I want to do VR content, I mean like I want to play VR games on stream. Right now my setup for it is really bad. Eventually I want to have like a better setup for it, you know, be able to play and review new VR games. Mother V3 is just another VTuber I like, you know. There isn't much to say about like many things. It's just cozy stream, you know. Get cozy. A lot of it was because before I had my current job, she also streamed at like an opportune time for me to watch, as compared to like Thillian or Vettel or like other ones who would stream in the afternoon when I was at work. Mother V3, she would stream in the morning so I could actually catch the streams. But now I work the morning, so I can't catch the streams. The only thing I can catch is the Booba mouse pad I have of her. And Chibi Doki because who doesn't like a little gremlin who screams in your ear about stuff like literally anything. I think Chibi Doki is just really silly and fun to watch. There's other streamers I watch too, like Doug and Coney are like flesh tubers who I watch. I used to watch a lot of Doug. I think his content's great. I think he's like very funny. And Coney, I used to be really big into like Super Smash Bros and stuff, and he is a Smash caster, which means that basically if there's like tournaments, a lot of times he'll be one of the people who's commentating it, giving like commentary, how like sports commentators do, but for Super Smash Bros. I also find it funny, if you go to my Twitter, I reposted, he was doing a Gexathon the last 2 days, where he plays Gex, like the game, like the Gex trilogy, like the Special Agent Gecko Gex. But every time he talks, he donates to charity. But he was in like a full gecko suit, which is just really funny. And to add funnier context, he's in his 30s, has a wife and a kid, but he's still spending his time dressed up like a giant gecko playing a game from like 20 years ago, donate to charity. And that's not bad, I just think it's kind of funny. And who else do I watch? I mean, I'm a fan of Kamimi, Camilla. She's adorable. She does a lot of collabs with Vettel, and I obviously watch a lot of Vettel. I got an Evil hoodie when she did like Evil with Evil Neuro, the song, and when she did a song cover of it, which is cool. And obviously, I stream sometimes with my other V-Shroomers. I'm a part of this, not like any like VTuber agency. It's just this little group of us. I say little, it's like 50 of us, but not everybody's active. Of all mushroom-themed VTubers, I'm a part of that group, and sometimes we stream together. A lot of them are great friends too, and I think they're awesome. What's next? Oh, okay. Here's Meet the Shroom. Where here's the actual T-posing render of the model, so you can see it better. I forgot. I wanted this one to be earlier on. I wanted this to be the second slide. So when I said before I didn't have much time to get ready, I wanted to do the dun 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 from TF2, where it would do that, so you could meet the shroom, meet the shroomy, meet the baddie, and this is just what the full model looks like. You got me all red with the purple gradient into the red into the purple, the dark red heart instead of orange. Black, the black and white dress, the black stockings, and the tail. I really like the tail. My old tail was very weird looking because it wasn't really a tail. I mean, it was a tail, but when Moon made the model, she could only work with so much, and I'm very grateful for it. It's just, it didn't look like a shark tail, so whenever I would commission art, I would have shark tails, I would have dolphin tails, I would have whale tails, I would have something that's not even any of them. It's a tail. It looks vaguely fish-like, but it's not fishtail. So I thought that to be kind of funny. So when I had this done, I'm like, this definitely has to have a proper shark tail. This one's modeled after a great white because I am not creative. I couldn't think of anything better. But I have stripes on my tail, kind of like a tiger shark. I don't think. Meet my soul. He's cool. There's a little emote of him. I think that's the 10k bits emote. Yeah, If you want to unlock this, that's the old art too. If you want to unlock this guy as an emote, you have to drop 10k bits. Do it right now, or you're all banned. I'm kidding. By the way, you don't have to. But every VTuber has like a little mascot. You know, like I watch Doki Bird too. Doki Bird has Dad, Doki Amber Doe, suits on her head. Other VTubers like Buff. I watch Buff Pup has their little puppy that was on her shoulder. Usually like little characters that chat talks through. I always wanted a little guy like this to sit on my lap, and I remember when I used the old art of him, even when I used this one, I would like put him on my shoulder, but he would be like really small, so he wasn't taking up much room. And because he's supposed to be like a little guy sitting on my lap, it would make me like 60 feet tall, and I'm obviously not 60 feet tall, but he's cute. I love him. I eventually want to get. I don't know if I want to. I think I want to keep him purple and orange to really like show this is where I was and this is who I am now. He will always be this little guy who contrasts my colors, but I might get him in red and black, like red and purple like this. But he is this little guy. If I ever am able to have a little like 3D model of him rigged to sit beside me or sit on my lap, then he will also. I can sit, but it doesn't really work well in the software because of how weirdly proportioned I am. I'm basically a very big head. That's how the software sees me. My social links, okay. At the top, you obviously have my Twitch channel. You know, that's where you're watching me right now. Sleepy Shroomy. You got my Blue Sky. I put myself as baddie there. You know. There's my YouTube. Why is that there? I don't want the line. I don't want the thing on the bottom. There's obviously my YouTube. I want to edit down clips and edit down VODs into YouTube videos. There's also a VODs channel that I didn't put on here. And of course, as everybody has one, a Twitter. Don't take this thing seriously, guys. The Twitter is like supposed to be silly, okay? As I said, I reposted a 36-year-old man wearing a gecko costume talking about donating money to charity while playing Gex. So, I'm obviously gonna post stuff. Like I posted my 2.0 X, formerly known as Twitter. I'm gonna keep calling it Twitter anyway. I don't care, but I'm gonna obviously I posted to both the Blue Sky and I posted to the Twitter that hey, I'm doing my 2.0 debut right now. But like most of the time, if it's like something more serious, not like serious as in like we need to talk type serious, more serious like I'm gonna do this collab with this person. It's most likely gonna be on my Blue Sky. I might do it on both, but like you will see a lot of funnier stuff on the Twitter. You know, I will like repost stupid stuff. I repost art sometimes. You know, whenever a VTuber shows her ass, you might see it there. That type of stuff. You know. Future of the mushroom. I got kind of like 3 goals. Stream time. I wanna be more consistent with my stream time. I really want to do this full time. I genuinely do. But I currently don't have like the free time or like the energy to be doing this full time. Because my current job has me 6 to 2:30, that's 8.5 hours. Half an hour is for lunch. But I work 40 hours a week. And my job is like I work in a grocery store warehouse. So like my entire day is like lifting boxes, cutting boxes, getting them ready to be out on like sold on the vendor, like sold on like the grocery store floor. So like my job is like very tiring. So I want to get finding a better balance with like work and free time to put into streaming. Because I will say a lot of times we're gonna blame Zeke, we're gonna blame Vanny, we're gonna blame Cheesy, we're gonna blame Moon. I will see like 1 or 2 of them in like a VC and Moon server. I'm like, I'm gonna go hang out with my friends now. I never get to do it. because I'm always at work. And I'm there, and I forget to stream. And you could say, why don't you just, like, stream at night? And I do that sometimes. But also remember, my shift starts at 6 a.m., which means I have to be awake about an hour before so I can get myself ready, I can eat. I definitely need to eat because of how my job's very physically active. I will not feel good at all if I don't eat before. So I definitely need to, like, eat and stuff. And, like, I am very skinny for a lot of my life. I was, like, underweight because I used to take ADHD medicine. And that I have ADHD, I have autism. If you couldn't tell by the fact I'm a mushroom shark who won't shut the fuck up about Mothman, you can tell I'm very autistic, and not very, very autistic, but, like, I am hyper fixated on things. I was tested when I was really young. I was put on the spectrum. I was tested for ADHD, and I had to take medicine for it up until about 2020. When COVID hit, I kind of just stopped taking it because I didn't want to, and I started to, like, be healthy. I hit my growth spurt. I hit, like, a more normal, like, body size. You know, I'm still very skinny. I can still fit in a maid dress perfectly fine, but what was I talking about? Oh yeah, if I don't eat, I'm not happy. Goals. At the beginning of about a year ago, when I started streaming, I was at, like, 60 followers. A lot of it was just from, like, watching smaller streamers and being kind of, like, friendly with them, you know, being a regular to smaller streamers. There's a lot of smaller streamers I still watch or want to watch. I'll be honest, one of my favorite people to watch is Maple the Fox. He's a, like, small streamer who he just plays Celeste all the time, and I used to, like, in the morning watch his streams. Now I never have time to, and it makes me sad because he plays, like, all these really cool Celeste mods, and it's, like, really fun to watch. I have fun watching, like, Celeste mods and Mario Kaizo and stuff, but I never have time to watch it anymore. But last year I was about 60 followers. At the beginning of this year, I was past 200. I think it was this year I passed 200. I don't remember if it was last year or if it was this year. No, it was February. It was February that I passed 200 followers. So, like, at the beginning of this year, within, like, the first, I guess, like, a little month and a half, I hit 200 followers. So I'm like, realistically, I think I could get to 300 followers. Hopefully, I can get to 500 by the end of the year. It's now June. My stream schedule has been wrecked, and I'm not even at 250 followers. So honestly, I thought I'd make it to 500. It slowed down a lot more than I expected. But you know what? That's not the worst thing. So, how can you guys help as the viewers? Because you know what? I do a lot of what I can, but you guys if you want to, make clips, funny moments, so I can post it to my YouTube. I have a couple clips that, like, past 1,000 views. I think my most viewed clip is still me doing the soldier kamikaze taunt into a bunch of enemies. Not even enemies, they were just, like, NPCs. And it playing the Shika Noko 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 Kustan. Speaking of, when I mentioned my favorite anime earlier, the correct answer to the one I left out was My Dear Friend Nokotan, also known as Shika Noko 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 Kustan. I love it. I think it's just really silly, really funny. Nokotan was the second character I cosplayed. I went to a convention back in March, and I dressed as Nokotan, which is, like, the full sailor school crew uniform, but with the deer antlers, and I still have it, and I will do it again, don't make me. But, if you want to, you can also share me to your friends, you know, it's a nice way. But most importantly, you guys just stick around and view, you know? Just stick here. Even if you're lurking, I love lurkers, you know? Even if you're, like, you're not in chat and you're just lurking, that's 100% fine by me. perhaps just a slight obsession with deer. Perhaps just a slight. Only a little bit. But what do you expect of, like, what to expect of me from, the stream? Well, obviously you can expect me to keep streaming now that I have a new model. I feel more of an incentive to keep streaming because I want to use this model. I got it specifically for streaming, obviously. I got it the way I wanted it, the way I like it, the way I would ideally be, I love this. I love this model so much. I want to try new games. I mentioned a couple before. I mentioned I want to play Date Everything. I want to play Little Nightmares 3 when it comes out. I want to play Kindergarten. Kindergarten 3 came out recently, and I haven't played any of them. I loved watching them when I was young. Nugget was always my favorite character, but I want to finally, play through all 3 games. And then obviously we'll be collabing with new and old faces. I told you before, I have something funny planned with Cheesy. I have something fun planned with Cheesy and Zeke. I have the You Laugh, You Lose planned eventually with Moon. All of these are just have been guys, we should do this thing. And we're all yeah, we want to do it. But we never actually planned out an actual time to do it. Because a lot of the times we 4 of us are always busy or doing something. Our times never really intersect. Unless it's specifically the times we're streaming, but even then that's not always intersecting for all of us. That's also why a lot of times when I see them all in voice chat, I don't stream, I hang out with them because it's just something I don't get to do often. And I know I could be better about streaming and doing other stuff, but if it's somebody we all have lives outside of ourselves, but yeah, we need time to hang out. I need time to hang out with my really close friends. I don't know if any of you saw on my server, but I had made inscription cards of my friends because I think it's pretty cool. It's very personal to me. These people are my close friends, and I want to immortalize them by taking a photo of them, killing them, and turning them into a card, just as Leshy taught me. But what if you want something else? What if you like the mushroom that you're seeing on your stream, but you don't like the game she's playing? Well, I'm open to suggestions. I'm always open to play games that I haven't heard of or I haven't thought about playing on stream. I have a suggestions channel in my Discord server. I'm gonna do Discord. If you're not in it, join it right there. Join the IKEA bed display. That's what I named it. I changed it last night because the old one was Shroomi's mushroom patch was very long. IKEA bed display is more me, honestly. If you were to ever find me out in the wild, I would just be sleeping in an IKEA bed display. And you won't want to wake me up because I'm too cute to wake up, And that's just the truth. If you're not a part of the server, do that. There's a lot of server exclusive stuff. A few times in the past, I have just streamed anime to my server, which includes the Ghost Stories dub, legendary anime, by the way. I post a lot of silly stuff there, just life updates too. I have a channel in there that I just post whatever I want. Sometimes I just feel like talking about something. Sometimes I'm I got this really cool thing, and I want to share it with you guys. And sometimes I talk about cryptids, and I yap on and on and on and on about them. And Jesus Christ, Mushroom, stop talking about them, I get that a lot, if you didn't know. What's next? I don't know. Okay, special thanks. Okay, we're nearing the end. I want to do special thanks to Tiny Moondrop. I thanked her a lot. She made my first model. So, if it weren't for that model, and I'll be honest with you guys, before she made that model, my, want to keep streaming was kind of weaning, because at that time I was working more, I was having less free time, but then, she had spent so much time on the model, I have to stream, And after that was kind of when I started to like boom a little bit. And that's when I like I gotta keep streaming. I love it. Verokoshi, he's great. He made my old emotes. I'm still gonna use them in my server. Vero, if you're here, thank you so much for them. I love them, but I wanted to get updated emotes for my new look, and the ones I got were a rush job. I'll be honest, like I paid double what they were worth to have them be made within 2 weeks rather than 2 months. I just jumped the line. Metal Master, I want to thank you. Metal is my mod. He's my first mod. He's been my moderator for about a year. He's been helping me take care of stream stuff. He's been helping me so much. To all my mods, Stream Elements, MooBots, I think there's other bots here. Oh, Ko-Fi Streambot. I think those are all the bots, yeah. Thank them too. And Bob the Squirrel Panman's a newer mod, but he also never shows up. Who cares? I'm just kidding. Thank you. Joburg, that name means nothing to you guys. Joburg is the guy who made and rigged this model. So thank you to Joburg. Thank you, Grey Existence. They're the lovely person who made all my current emotes. Aside from 2 of them, which are the the all face and the pride heart, which goes to Emojin Static. Friend of mine, he made those 2 emotes. He's also the artist who made the art for all of my friends' for all my friends. Like the do you have a photo of it to pull up? I think I do. Shroomy being Shroomy. That's the channel of where I like just post whatever I want. That's where I posted this. Where we're gonna show you here. Static made the art for Minty, for Shroomy, Moondrop, B, and Cheesy. And then he also made other arts for other people, like Zeke. I had an art of him, and that one is coming in the mail, like physical cards. Oh, and Metal, you made the thighs. Metal made the thighs emote. I forgot about that. I'm sorry, but yeah, Static is the person who has been making those arts, and those arts are more like just a personal thing for me, you know, just a personal thing to have, to always have with me, because I am very sentimental about my friends and stuff, and like having them, because there was a very large portion of my life where I didn't really have friends. Not like in a bad way, more of just it was during COVID, so I wasn't really socially interacting with people. And that's actually when I started playing Animal Crossing, and I like got all my social interaction with fictional animals, Animal Crossing, and like other people in it. So then like what was it, 2022 or 2023? I think it's 2023 is around when I like met these guys, and I'm like, they really helped me be more social, and I'm very happy for it. That's why I have those of them, because they were very impactful on me. And then like the other 2 people that I mentioned, like Minty there, like the Minty card. Minty has been my friend for like 4 maybe 5 years. I had known them for a very long time. They were like basically the first person who I met online who became my friend and I really trusted. And I used to play a lot of VR chat, I hate to say. So like when it was like 2019 Christmas, I got my first laptop, and this was back when like Ugandan Knuckles was funny, back when like everybody was playing VR chat. So I didn't have a VR at the time, so I just played it through my desktop. I didn't meet him then, but like I met a lot of fun people playing VR chat like that. But nobody who I met then I still know now. I later got a VR headset, and in VR chat, I met them, and we have been friends since, and we bully each other regularly. we started watching Jujutsu Kaisen like a week ago, and every day they're mad because I'm not watching it with them because I have other things to do. But that's just me being stupid, you know. Although I will say I am loving Jujutsu Kaisen a lot, but I'm also loving it more than I would have because I'm watching it with them. Because a lot of it we're like joking around in it. Like there's a character in it whose name is Panda, and he's a panda. And for whatever reason, in the opening of season 1, there is like a 3-second clip of Panda running on top of a building and vaulting over like the side of a ledge and onto another building. And it's the only CGI in the entire anime, and it's just like this 2-second clip of Panda running in the opening, and it is the stupidest thing ever. But we would jokingly like pop the fuck off, like, yes, go Panda, every time we would see it, because we thought it was just stupid and funny. And there's a character in it named Jogo, who has no relation to Gojo. He just happens to be named Jogo, which is the opposite of Gojo, but we just think he's funny. We just think that these stupidest things in the anime are funny. It's like we're talking about it, we're joking about it, and like we have such a fun time. And I love experiencing anime with friends like that, because that way you're enjoying it a lot more. Because like there's a lot of anime I watched that I liked, but I wouldn't watch again. Like I have a really big list of anime I've watched. A lot of it, I could tell you the name of it. I couldn't tell you what happens in it because a lot of times it's just anime is just being watched to fill time. But like, and I feel like I know Jujutsu Kaisen is like season 2 especially is like really good, especially with the animation. Season 1 is like I couldn't take half the season 1 series because it was too silly. But I feel like with Jujutsu Kaisen, I would have watched it, I would have liked it, and it would have just been in one ear out the other after it. But it's not, because I'm having such a fun time watching it with them. Speaking of, there's a lot of anime I want to watch. Like I want to watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I want to watch Bocchi and the Rock. I want season 3 of Spy X Family to come out already. I have to wait until October. I want season 2 of Frieren. I want season 5 of Overlord. I'm waiting for Fire Force's final season. Fire Force is like, I think 2 or 3 seasons right now. I'm waiting for the final season to come out before I watch it, because I read the entire manga. I want to watch the entire anime, but I don't want to wait. Like, Invincible. I watched season 1 of Invincible. I loved it. I watched the first part of season 2 to Invincible, and I liked it. I liked it a lot. I didn't watch the second part of it because it came out like way later. And then season 3 came out, and I'm like, I don't feel like watching it because I'm gonna have to watch all this other stuff to catch up. But also, I'm a hypocrite because I came into Hell of a Boss when there was like already like 3 episodes of season 2 in, and now I'm like sitting and waiting for the day season 3 starts, which probably won't happen for another year anyway. But I like Hell of a Boss more than I like Hazbin Hotel. And I'm not saying Hell of a Boss is better. It's just I like it when I can watch a whole show at once, but I don't watch it all in one sitting. Because if I binge an anime or a show, watch it all in one sitting, I don't retain it. But I will watch something I like over a few days, or like over a week, and I will remember it and I will like it. Which is kind of a lie, because I kind of binged My Dear Friend Nobutan, and I loved it, and I watched it like 3 more times. It's not a like top tier amazing anime. It's just really funny, okay? It's just like funny after funny, and sometimes I don't want to watch Frieren. I don't want to feel like crying every 5 minutes I just want to laugh over and over and over again because, why not laugh at something really, really funny? Why not? Well, on to the last slide. I want to thank you all for watching, for coming by, for sticking with me. Stream's not going to be over. I don't think I want to end stream for another, hour maybe. But, I really want to thank you all for sticking with me. Thank you all. Hey, Sleeping Rats on 2.0 mod. Thank you, Karen. Thank you. I just want to thank you all of you. I want to thank all my friends, all my viewers. I want to thank all the V-Shroomers, for everybody, for sticking by me, for being here to support me, for being just awesome people, and watching the best VTuber ever, who happens to be me. I didn't choose it, by the way. It just happened. I'm not I didn't wake up one day as the best VTuber. I guess I technically did. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. I'm just this cool, And all the cool people watch me, You guys are the best. I want to stream for a while longer, and you know what's gonna be fun to do? There's the Discord server. Hold on just a moment. Alright, hold on. Wait. Why isn't my ad blocker working? There we go. Authenticated Twitch. We are gonna play Gartic Phone because I like Gartic Phone a lot. The digital, I don't care, honestly. I know it's a good show and stuff, and if you guys want to go and watch that, go ahead. But if you want to stick around and play Gartic Phone with me, go ahead. I would love to play. I'd love to draw with you guys. So it's just gonna be some silly drawings, Nothing too interesting. My favorite is Exquisite Corpse because I think making corpses is funny. Yeah, you better stay here. Also, I'm having authenticate to your Twitch because I don't need, because I've seen in the past. Hold on. Let me update the stream. I have experience in the past with friends and seen other streamers who do Gartic Phone and post the lobby publicly to their stream, and they'll get stream snipers who will come in, draw really offensive stuff to try to get them banned. So I'm having it connect to your Twitch, so in the case that does happen, I know who to ban. That's if anybody shows up, because nobody's showing up and I'm gonna be here alone and sad. Would people please play Gartic Phone with me? I want to do all. I feel stupid doing that, boys. Okay, click the link. Then you have to, you have to click the link. No. There isn't a code. When you click the link and authenticate, you just press join, you just press start, and it takes you right into the lobby. That's how it works. You just click the link up there. That's a specific link to me. And then when you put in your name and you select your Twitch, then you press start and it takes you right in. It should, at least. It does not. Okay, wait. This link there is the proper one. That link there is the correct link. I'm sorry, guys. I might be a little stupid, okay? Only a little bit VTuber scuff, a little bit VTuber stupid. There we go. Why? Why is my ad blocker not turned back on? There you are. Will anybody else like to join? I would love to have more of you guys join me. I really would. I love like doodling and stuff. I think this is a lot of fun. It's a nice thing to do. It's very casual, very relaxed. Anybody can do it. You can do it from your phone, from your iPad, from your Samsung Smart Fridge, from your Apple iSocks, whatever you want. And it would be like very nice to do it with more than just one other person. Yeah, you know, I should do that. There you go. I added everybody on my Discord server. Oh, we can wait here a few minutes. Garlic phone. Yes. Ew, why would you play... Okay, Madam Phone. Pookie Bear. Why would you willingly play Dead by Daylight? There we go, we got another person. While we wait... Ow! New follower. Sea Turtle Squeen 25. Welcome. Sea Turtles Queen 25. Welcome, welcome. Always nice to see a new face in chat. Anybody else? I'm gonna start a roundup. If you guys can catch the next. This is Exquisite Corpse, so you gotta draw the head of something. We're gonna... It could be literally anything. As you can see, I am the best at drawing. He's a little tree boy. Another apple. There. Oh, Five Guys. I love I love Five Guys. It's so good. Having like Five Guys burgers and fries, and oh my god, they're so good. All the meat in it. The food place, by the way, you filthy people, get your mind out of the gutters. I like food. I like Five Guys burgers and fries. Ooh, Sonic. I'm actually very sad. There is this like local sushi place, and there is this local sushi place to me, and they recently closed down. And I loved eating there, but they're just gone. I would have door dashed like sushi if they didn't close. They didn't be stupid and close it down. Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Alright. Let's go with mine first. We got a tree head. Sushi is very good. Oh, perfect. Buff tree. With tiny little legs. You got tiny little legs. I love that. Whenever I play this game, I save all of them. I think they all look amazing. That's Hatsune Miku. What did you make, Madam Bone? I am confused by that one. Oh, that's such a pretty creature. Oh boy, that's a thing, alright. This is what I'm curious about. Oh, I know it's Dipper! No! No! Why did I turned Dipper Pines into a Redditor? Sea Turtle, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't know that was Dipper Pines. No. Not Dipper. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed I did that to Dipper. Dipper is a great character. Okay. I'll give you guys a few minutes to join in if you would like, while I figure out what I'm gonna order for myself. I'm really just in the mood for a burger, honestly. Like, just like a... Yeah, we can play Corpse again. I would love to do more corpses. I would love to do more of those. I think that's my favorite. Oh, damn it! I don't have a drink. No, stop hydrating. Stop. I need to put a cooldown on that. Hold on. I'm gonna go grab a drink so I can show off this.
We're raiding somebody, guys. The fun doesn't have to end here. I know my stream's ending, but it's because I am hungry and I have things to do. Mostly dogs to lay with because I love my puppies. But I want to thank everybody. I want to thank everybody who I mentioned in my presentation. I also want to thank all of you guys so much for stopping by, sticking with me, for truly being one of my many spores. I left a lot of stuff out of the presentation, like saying that my word, like the name for my community, I call it the spores because I'm a mushroom. I think it's pretty cool. But I had to leave a lot out because I didn't have enough time to fit it all in when making it, and I didn't have enough time to add it earlier before I started. Perfect time to start. But thank you all for coming. I really am just so happy. But thank you all for coming. Stay happy, stay healthy, make super smart choices, and I'll see you all when I see you. Bye bye.